Boom. Hello. Okay, I figured so. This week, starting tomorrow actually, I'm going to be building a workshop for a meetup we have here in Ottawa that is new. We're doing a Next.js meetup. Well, I guess it's not Next.js, this is Zeit. I don't know if you've seen them before. If you haven't, Zeit.co, not the dashboard. There we go. Oh, this is the dashboard. Can I go home? No? Nope. Alright. You're seeing all my stuff. Here, I'll just open. Ugh. There we go. Incognito. Site. That's still the dashboard. Okay, good, yeah. Okay, here. I think I showed it a little bit at the end of the last stream, but anyways, they build a bunch of tools. This one's called Now, to help you build sites with React. And I'm doing a meetup. Oh my goodness, so many notifications. There we go. Almost a thing. Wait, hold on. How do I see these things? I'm trying to figure out this whole streaming situation. I'm not a pro at it, that's for sure. I'm just trying to view it on my phone, because I don't have a second monitor. I'm just sitting on my floor with a laptop. But I can't seem to go anywhere but the dashboard. How do I get out of here? Oh well, forget it, whatever. Hello, who's ever viewing me trying to screw around on my phone. So anyways, I'm doing a workshop, which I'm also going to be streaming. A friend of mine who's helping me write it, because I have a broken hand, is going to be learning Next.js and Now for the first time, and I'll be teaching him as sort of a test of the workshop. And secretly, don't tell him, but we're doing this is a mock Twitter with, it's not going to be any persisted storage, but we're going to put some files on disk and have like a Twitter just locally. So I figured I'd get a head start, and because it's like a React workshop doing Next.js, I thought I'd do a Twitter card now in just CSS and some HTML, so that I don't have to worry about that next time / tomorrow. So let's do that. How do I start a new pen here? Here we go. Just going to use CodePen and rename this. Simple Twitter card. There we are. I'm not a designer, so this might be a bit rough for those of you who might be more inclined to design than I am. So let's start off by just doing some, I like to keep some, I'm also using Sass here, so if you're not used to that, just let me know. Let's start off with some basic CSS that I like to have for everything. Whoops. Star after, star before, here we are, box, sizing, border box. Now, this is the best rule ever. This is just going to make sure that padding and margin actually take up, hello, you're watching, wonderful. It's actually going to take up a count towards the item's width, the box's width. So make sure I always do that. I'm not going to respond to you because it's on my phone and I can't know how to use it. So keep chatting away. Here's me with my broken hand, just not responding. Okay, so let's get started and go ahead and start with a div. I'm also going to use some classes on these, and I'm going to use, what is that stuff called? BEM naming. Block element modifier, I think is what it stands for. Something like that. But it's pretty much just something saying like this is going to be a card, and then if inside of here I have some other div, it is an element of this card, and so its class name might be something like card inner. It's the worst name ever, but card inner. So that's kind of the block object model. And then if you have the modifiers, is like if I have two different types of inners, I can do blue or something like that. I can have multiple of those. But anyway, just a naming convention. You can look it up. Just so you're not like, why are you putting random minuses and underscores in your code? It's a thing, I swear. All right, let's continue. Now I figured I'd just actually take a look around before I start trying to do this myself. I'd take a look around. No, let's just try and do it myself. So I have a div here, a card. We've got to put that in the middle of this pane, and maybe have some soft edges around it, and a little bit of shadow. So let's do that first. So let's do .card. I'll need to center it too, but for now, let's just say, give it a fixed height and width. Width, 300 pixels, I don't know, height, 250, maybe. We'll see how that looks. Whoa. And then body, so I can display flex. I'm a big fan of flex. I haven't gotten super used to grid yet, so display flex. Oh my goodness. Justify content. Center. Align items. Not content. Items. Center. So that should bring it so that our nice card box is in the middle. And let's just toss a background on here so you can see what color where it is. Red. There it is, beautiful. Oh yes, it's not in the middle because our body is not very high. So let's just give it a height of 100 view height, whatever the height of the window is, and that way if we adjust it, it always stays in the middle. Okay, so we got a red box in the center, and I'm not loving, this is not like super like a Twitter card, it needs to be wider. Let's do like 400. Wider? 450? Yes, okay, 450, and I wanted a bit of rounded edges before I remove that. Background is red. I'm just going to do border, radius, 4 pixels. Ugh, more. 8 pixels, let's go wild. No, more, 12. There we go. Beautiful. And then, okay, we can give it a box shadow, and that will allow us to like see a bit more of what the box looks like without having this ugly red background. So let's do that. Box shadow. 0000 RGBA, and we'll give it some really tinted shade of black. 0.2 super shaded. So I didn't give it any shadow actually, and off the top of my head I have no idea what values these are. All I know is give some of this. I think these are like directional values and how much spread they have. This is like my typical go-to. 5 pixels, 10 pixels. It gives you a nice border. We can play around with it, I guess. Like what is the first one? Let's put these back at zeros. 1 pixel. 10. Okay. So I guess that's the depth on the right side of it. Okay, what about this? 10 pixels. Depth on the bottom. Wonderful. So I guess if you combine these two, you have the same depth and on the bottom. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I'm actually liking that. We'll keep that. 10 pixels. I know this is how much it blurs. Yeah. Now what's this one? Oh. I'm not really sure. The scale, maybe? I'm not really sure what you would call that. Okay, I'm kind of liking this, though. Maybe let's just blur it by like a little. Like a good little box there. Okay, let's get into it. So it's a Twitter card. So we need some. I was thinking maybe like a profile picture this is going to be super basic, I guess. I don't want to copy Twitter's like picture in the corner and then their title, like name and handle, and then some text or something like that. I'm not really sure what to... Oh, I didn't even think about images. Oh my goodness. This is a lot longer than I expected it's going to be. We won't do it all today. All right, I was thinking maybe we'd overlay at the corner, you could have the image on it, like overhanging. We try that out. I'm not really sure how I'd go about that. Let's start writing some HTML for that. So it's going to need some sort of div to hold it. And we can call that div class equals card, because I'm writing in BEM, it's the card. Let's just call this the image profile. Maybe that's a better word. Profile. There. And then please stop me if you have any questions, or you're like, what are you doing? Or you're doing it wrong. Please stop me, please. Profile, okay, and then we'll do an image tag inside of it. And now we go and find cat placeholder images. Because of course, place kitten, perfect. Yes, good. This looks like a good size of cat to have. Source equals, oops, I'm writing React. There we go. Perfect, there we go. That's a beautiful cat. Black and white shot for seriousness. Let's just give it an alt. Alt. Oops. Profile picture. Perfect. I'm going to tidy this up. I can't stand writing. I don't even need JS here. Get out of here. Just HTML and CSS. There we go. That's better. Now I don't need to format it. Okay. So now we need it to go kind of in a circle. So that's pretty simple. We'll go over here. Dot card underscore profile. Now, one thing I learned recently about the border radius is that I always thought you want to, like a circle, you're going to give it border radius of 100%. But apparently, and this becomes more apparent when you have smaller circles, but when you go 100%, it like curves the border edges like past each other in some weird shapes. So the best way to get a circle is actually border radius 50%. I don't know, I find that's kind of a little bit odd. Let's draw a border here. Just one, actually, let's do like 2 pixels. Solid red, because I'm sure everyone's like, why? Why isn't it? Wow, it's humongous. Right, we forgot to specify the width of our profile picture. 30 pixels. And because we want it to be a perfect circle, the height can also be 30 pixels. We'll have to play around with this. Oh, that's way too tiny. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that's 100 pixels. That seems more reasonable. Our Twitter card would be, if that's better. So you can't see like the image. This whole image is outside of that circle, which is not good because then you don't get that nice circle view of an image. Now this is like kind of a, I don't think the best way of doing it because we're having got to fit a square image instead of cropping it. We're going to fit a square image inside, but nonetheless, we can do it anyways. Okay, so 50%, we fixed it. Now all you can do there is overflow hidden, and it's going to work perfectly. And the cat, there we go. Profile picture. Boom. Now what? Just a cat's ear. Okay. How would we center it? Interesting. I guess I could have used like a background image on this profile as opposed to actual image tag. But I still feel like we can position the image nicely in there. Now I won't give the image a class because I know, let's assume for the time being that the first and probably only child of my profile picture, my card profile, is going to be an image. And I'm going to use a bit of sass here and say like, go inside of my class and get all the image tags, image tags, and apply some special rules to it. And those rules are going to be, and I should probably do this first, position, relative, and I'm going to center this image, position, and this may not work super well either. Let's start by doing the max width is going to be at least at most 100% of that image. Boom! There we go. Look at that. There's a beautiful cat in our profile photo. Amazing. We don't need that relative. I was thinking something else. Perfect. Now, it's still inside of this box, but what I'd like is for it to kind of cover this kind of edge here. So I think it needs to be a little bit bigger. So we'll start by, oh, I'm not in VS Code, so I can't double click on these things. Start by making it a bit bigger. Okay, that's probably better. And then we'll want to, you know what, I should change the background color. Let's just look up really quickly to change the background color, just so we can get more contrast between these whites, these two whites. This is my favorite site for picking color palettes, by the way. Coolers. Coolers. I like purple as well. Let's pick a nice purple. Not too crazy. Oh, I said not too crazy, but I really like that one. Oh, I like yellow. No. There we go. That's a perfect purple. So I'll grab this. And the whole body is just going to background. All the designers are going to cry when they see this. Boom. Ah! It's so bad. Actually, it's not too bad, in my opinion. This card very clearly has a transparent background, though. Background, color, white. Or if we want to be classy. You can't see my shadows anymore. I need to make it more defined. So let's get in here and say like 5. A bit more, 6. There we go, super shadow. Okay, so yeah, so I want to take this picture and kind of put it over on the edge there. So this profile, because the profile's inside of the card, I can use it and absolutely position it in kind of a handy way within that card. So but first we have to make this card position relative, so that when we absolutely position the profile, it doesn't position itself relative to the entire window. So position, oopsie, absolute. There we go, and so we get it doing nothing, but now we can control nicely the top, let's just say 0, and the left, which we'll just say 0. Ah, nothing happened. What if we say negative 150 pixels? There we go, negative 150 pixels. Perfect, right in the corner, right where I want it. I hope you know that's sarcasm. We want half of this, I think. Half of 150. And this is going to be like terrible for math. What am I? It's at 75? Fingers crossed. There we go. Now it looks like it's sticking out a bit too much, actually. So let's just adjust it down to like 60 maybe. So it's covering more of the... It feels like it's still part of that interface. Nope, that's still too much. That's getting better. Let's just do 40. 40? 40. Yeah, okay. I can do that. I can deal with that. I wonder if we did like a nice... See, now I'm just going crazy here. I'm just playing around. If I do a border around it, 2 pixels, solid, and we're going to borrow the same color we have for the background. Wonder what that's going to look like. Oh, it needs to be way bigger though. 15. Oop, that's a bit silly. 5. Yeah, okay. I don't love that it kind of just blends in to the background too much. Ah, forget it. It's useless. Good, okay. Now we got to toss in some contents. We've got to have like the handle and then the actual tweet content. So let's get that going. So we can leave that card profile alone. Let's write a new div in here. It's all about the divs. You can quote me on that. If that's a worthwhile quote. Card underscore. Okay, it's going to be the handle. You can call it hand. But this is actually like the header. So we look at Twitter. Let me just pull up a Twitter. We have like my name, and then my name that I like, my entered name, and then my handle underneath. So it's kind of like this header-ish thing. So we can do that. Go over here, have a header for it, and inside of the header have a p tag. No, h1 tag. Because really it is the main header. And then an h2 tag. Whoops, they changed both of them for me. And this one will be the title, or like, I don't know what you call that, the name, the card name. And this one will be card handle. All right, now I'm terrible at name. What's this cat's name? What do you think its Twitter's name is? I'm terrible at names. Frederick? Fred. Let's call him Fred. Fred the cat. I don't know if that's a cute name for a cat. Fred, and then his handle is too much cat. There we go. That doesn't sound good. Much, no. Much cat. Too fun. There we go. Too cute. There we go. Much cat, too cute. That's Fred. Perfect. And honestly, that looks exactly the way we want it to. That's good. Now, one way you can handle this thing nicely, I guess, because of this absolutely positioned image, is we can take this header and we put just a bit of margin on it, so that it has the correct positioning kind of where in our box. So let's toss some margin, and that is the left margin. I don't know, like 5 rems. Nope, not quite enough. 8 rems. Rems are a relative unit, by the way, in case you're wondering. Perfect, okay, that looks pretty good. Look at that, barely doing anything. Look at these styles, and it's looking so good. This is why I'm not a designer. Okay, now I need to fix these tiles a bit because they have some padding and margin on them that I'm not a huge fan of. So let's do that. Dot card name. All right, Fred. Don't be having so much padding. Padding 0. Oh, it was margin. Margin 0. There we go. And we'll fix the positioning in just a minute. Do I need to, does H1s have padding by default? I don't know this. Let me just inspect. Boom. Oh my goodness. And he's on a phone. Do you have, where are you? There you are. Do you have padding? No, just margin. Okay, perfect. So we don't need to worry about padding on that one. I'll take the same thing and do it to the profile handle as well. 0 margin. There we go. Okay. Now, because we want these things to kind of stay close together, I'm actually going to put some padding on the entire box. Like 1 rem is usually sufficient. Now, usually, by the way, like rems, we're talking about 1 rem being equivalent to 16 pixels. Usually, you can set this like base pixel amount, but most browsers by default are saying it's going to be 16 pixels. It's just 1 rem. So this is like 8 times 16. I have no idea what that is, but large enough amount. Okay, I don't actually love that it's further away, so we can just do this. So we only did padding on the top and the bottom, not on the left and right. And like Twitter, I feel like we can make the handle a bit more faded, so we can just set the color here to some sort of shade of black. 0, and then another 0.8, so it's still readable. Maybe a bit, a little bit more. Okay, so it's still readable because it's on white, I guess, but it's a bit less, it's standing out less. We don't really want to see that. Perfect. And now the content. Yes, the content. What do cats say? Is there like a cat lorem ipsum? Lorem ipsum cat. Let's see if we can find. There is. Cat ipsum. How many paragraphs? I just want 1 paragraph. Standard scoops. Make muffins. Oh my goodness. That is a super long paragraph. I'm just going to paste this into Twitter, and maybe I should just tweet it as well, because that'll be a bit silly, and just to see how many characters we have here. So I will compose a new tweet. Here we go. Paste. Oh my goodness. There's a lot going on. Oh no, the tweet's just going to end with lick, lick, lick. Oh dear. I'll just put the stream in there just so people are not thinking that I'm completely crazy. And I'll just paste this content in here. Don't worry, I'm going to wrap it in something, another element, but for now, just paste it in there. Okay. What is my, I guess I can copy it from here? No, I can't. Oh! Cancel. I'll just put https Twitch. Oh my goodness, my spelling. .tv/me, Yakunemski, and catface. Cat. Oh, we'll do this. There we go. Boom. So now I'm super weird tweeting out just random cat nonsense. Hey, Arlene, how are you? All right. P tag. This is going to be the P that holds all of our cat nonsense in our tweet. And we'll give it a class here. Class equals card. What do you say, content? Content. Card content. There we go. Okay. At this point, I feel like I should probably make the height of this card dynamic so that the more text we have going down, or like if we put an image in, which you should probably do, because that'll be fun to put a little image in there, that it doesn't overflow it or somehow get hidden inside of there. But in the meantime, we'll just format this text so it looks a bit nicer in here. So over here, .card _ content. Perfect. We'll give it some padding, some reasonable amount of padding. 2 rems. That's way too much padding. It's not so bad for the edges, so maybe we'll just make up and down. We'll just give it half of that, so like 1 rem, which is just 16 pixels and then 32 pixels, usually, most often. This actually seems like still quite a bit. I wonder if I need to move the image up a little bit, because I just find that the text here is a bit too far away from these tags. Or, again, not a graphic designer. Oh my goodness. Why don't I just take this? How does that look? I don't know about this. How is that? What's happening? Take that away. How does that, if I make it longer, let's say, where's the width of the card? There we go, the height. So we have a minimum height. There, okay. So what happens if I bump that text in? Will that look like actually okay? I'm not super confident. So let's just do padding on the right. Just so we can bump it in from the border a bit. Maybe a bit more. Okay. I'm not actually hating it, but the padding between here, like this top here and the bottom is too much. Now let me show you this super cool tool. Let me just change the view into, I think this debug mode's pretty good. It's just an empty page with your thing on it. I have this tool called VisBug. It's super good, you have to get it. Anyway, you can like inspect, almost as if you're in like an editor, you can inspect. You can also like make changes to the text, like right in line. Ooh, but not how I want to use it here. One thing I want to do is I want to check the padding and margin. So these are the margins, you can see the margins, which is pretty cool. It's all in purple, which is I guess not super handy because the background is purple. But I think there's padding between, oh, it's just because of this, I guess, here. Interesting. So this box seems fine, because none of these really have margin on them. And this one has like the top margin, which I think we can get rid of. So let's go back into the code and get rid of the, what? There's no, what? I see. Let me reset the margins first. And then, there we go. That looks much better. Okay, votes, I guess. Do we like it lined up like that? Because if we do, I feel like I have to change the structure of the HTML a bit, so that this is kind of a container here. How would it look if we put an image in it, to have that kind of big space over here? I don't know. Let's check. Let's get another cat image, because cats only share pictures of other cats. I had closed the cat one. Oh no, and I'm going way back far. Don't look at that. What is it called again? Cat, placeholder images, place kitten. I could have just grabbed the URL, couldn't I? Oh well. There we go. And let's toss in an image into this mix. Boom. Image. Source equals another cat. Oh, I didn't copy it. It's okay. I can grab this here. Doom. Place this in. Oh, Renee! What's up? There we go. Oh, it's the same cat. How do I get a different cat? Just put the image size and you get a cat. But I'm getting the same cat. It's the same cat. Oh, is this the random one? No, that's also the same cat. Alright, well, we'll copy this link. Width and height. Okay. Whatever. Not sure how to get around it, cats. Timestamp it. What do you mean timestamp it? The URL? Like, just put on some sort of query in here, like blah 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 blah. They're still giving me the same cat. It's too much work. We're dealing with this cat. This is the cat. What? I put a question mark in there and I get this cat? Oh well, that's fine. Alright, let's try and get this. I wonder if I just put this. Oh gosh. Using the CodePen editor is not at all like using a real editor. Just saying. Is this really bad HTML, by the way? Putting an image tag inside of a paragraph? Maybe? I don't know. Okay. Card content, let's just say for all the images inside of here, which there should only ever be one, or I guess I'm not going to deal with a group of images. It's just craziness. Let's just put some padding around it. At least around the top. Padding, and maybe we should center it. Which in this case we should probably use margin. There we go. Boom. And then I would like to center that image. Oh, you know what? I should probably definitely have it outside of here. I'm just thinking so that I can have a different box around it to make sure it takes up the same amount of space all the time. Div class equals card content. What is this one going to be called? Like media? That's probably what it's called. Media. There. Div dove. The classic dove element. Can you add? I guess you can. You can add alt text to Twitter images. Obviously, this cat does that. My pal. That's the alt text. And then, so what I wanted to do is actually, I realized that the card header has a specific margin on it so that it doesn't bump into this image. But instead, we actually want them all to be lined up, supposedly, for now. So I'll take that out. Where is it? Here it is. Because I'm just duplicating it a bunch. So take that out. And here as well, the card content, take that out. Take it out. There. And so we all get that nastiness. But then we can wrap all of that div in a new class. Card. And then, okay, thinking of names for stuff. Card details. I don't know, that's a terrible name. Tab all that nonsense in. Close that div off. There. Okay, and then we can card details. You can add on the card details. Let's merge into all of it, and boom, there we go. So now I don't have to really worry about. I can't scroll in here. That's too bad. There. I feel like now I have to have it sideways. You can do that, right? How do I organize these windows? Change view. Aha, here we go. Boom. That's better. Whoop. Just turn your whole computer sideways. Wonderful. Alright, so let's fix... I don't know if I like this big gap, just so I can support that image of this cat. But either way. I should probably turn my notifications off. There we go. Okay, so I want to fix that image first. We'll do that. We'll fix the image. Ignore this image. We have a new div for you. Dot card underscores media. And then inside of that, margin top 1 rems. Beautiful. I guess we should probably actually do the margin in the bottom as well. So we can just do that. There we go. So it's nice and filled in. And then I don't know what the width of this container is. I'm assuming it's 100% of the container we have. So we can just say for all images, like we did with the other image. How rem actually works? Yes. I can definitely explain to you how rem actually works. I think. Anyway, I might have to Google it. I think the basic is that 1 rem has an equivalent pixel value so that it scales nicely on different size of density of screens, and the default is 16 pixels. So 1 rem is the same if I change this right now. Just look at the screen. 16 pixels. It didn't change. So 1 rem is sort of the... It conforms better, I guess, to like super dense screens like the MacBook. It has a nice, really like high density of pixels. You get a nicer rendering using rems. That's like my, I don't know, I could probably look it up. What is a rem? There you go, look at that. X-rays. A rem in CSS, that's probably a better thing. Root EM, okay. Okay, no, that's too long. You can just look it up. You never want to Google it? Why not? Just because you're worried about what you'll get, like REM sleep and stuff? Okay. What am I doing? Images. Renee's distracting me. And then I want to say, yeah, max width. I want it to fill up because it's kind of weird to have this image that sits outside of that space. Not max height. Max width, 100%. So just take up the whole space. Oh. Okay. I see what's happening. Possibly this is not taking up the whole space. Width 100%. That's 100,005. There we go. 100%? No. What? Ugh. So now I gotta like do some flexbox nonsense on here. Just so we can get them to take up all the content. Probably not the only way. Flex direction. Oh my goodness, don't break so bad. Flex direction. Oh my goodness. Root elements font size. There we go. It's answered. Rem is relative to your root elements font size. Boom. That's all words that people know what it is. Not really me. Thank you, Arlene. Good. Column. This will fix it, I swear. Why isn't that image going the whole way? It's a div inside of that main div, and they're all dived. What's going on? Why am I so bad at CSS? It's because it's hard, that's why I'm bad at it. I'll just use this, viz bucket. Oh, not Redux. There we go. Why? It is all the way. Why isn't the image taking all the way? Oh, it's Max. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I fully saw your name and didn't see what else was happening. Hello, Max. I hope you're enjoying my second stream ever. What? Why isn't that cat taking all the width? I'm so lost with you, cat. Now my question, Max, did you actually have to look up what rems were? Did you do the Googling for me, or did you just know that off the top of your head? Oh, good. I'm glad you're learning new things. That makes me happy. Okay. Image. Is it because it's only 300 pixels and I'm trying to scale it? Is that why? Like, why aren't you 100%? Max width 100%. Maybe I should change it to min. That's not it. Whoops. Min width. There we go. Boom. Ah! Oh! Yes. Very large cat. Oh, I see what I did there. I forced this text here to have 2 rems, 32 pixels of padding, but then this image didn't go along. Whoops, didn't go along with that. So I can just take, because now we wrapped it in that details container, we can just take the, where is it? CSS header, where's the content? Content, there it is, padding right. Just take that out of the content, and then pop it on the details so that everything in there doesn't exceed 2 rems. And then I think, yeah, let's just scale that image to be humongous. Why not? Boom, there we go. Perfect image of a cat. And then we should probably match, because our borders are like have a radius there, we should probably match that on the image too. Oh my goodness. So it's just like, it just happens. Everyone's always questioning, what is a rem? All you need to know is that it's like, it's a base pixel size, I guess, like you were saying. I always think of it as 16. No one tends to change the base pixel size from 16. So, okay, change the image, just image here. Let's just do a simple overflow hidden. And then border radius. Same thing we did, except we're not so extreme. 8 pixels. Why not? There we go. What? This is exactly Twitter. You can't even tell the difference. Okay, I really hate this big space here. So I think we have to. The weird part is that this text is going to hit the image. This is why I should never be a designer. What if I make these text larger? Ah, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Okay, let's just take away this margin for now. Where is it? On this one. Take this away. Oh my gosh, that image is even bigger. Let's keep the padding all the way around. There. More Twitter-esque. Why is there so much padding at the bottom? Why do you have so much padding at the bottom? Card header, card name. No one has padding at the bottom. The media has padding at the bottom. Okay, so this is just going to be margin top then. Margin top. 1 rems. There we go. So now I should have 2 rems at the bottom. It looks about the same. Probably easier to see here. Refresh. There we go. I guess it actually wouldn't be too bad if I just bumped over this text in here. I don't know how that worked out so well. Why is it so much lower? Oh, because I put padding at the top. That's why. Okay. That's fine. Maybe it'll look okay if I just bump the text over. To the header, it has extra padding of 1 rem up and down. That's probably not good. Let's just put... Oh, I see. No, that is good. Keep that in there. No, I lied. Margin, bottom, 1 rem. There. So that way the text, this paragraph, although I should probably just take that away and give the paragraph some padding. Where's the paragraph? Where is that content? It's got a margin of 0, but I gave it a padding of 1 rem up and down, and then 0 left and right. And then the media, I don't have to worry about that margin either. There we go. That's a bit more versatile. Okay, and now... I guess... Yeah, if I just bump it over, it might be okay. Where are we? Header, here. Margin... left... I had it at 8 rems before. Yeah, oh, that's way too far. What happened? Why is this all of a sudden so weird? This was 8 rems before. Okay. That's fine. Can deal with it. 7. 6. There we go. That's pretty good. Let's go over here so I can see it better. That's what I expected. This is a bit too close, isn't it? Maybe if I isolate these bits of text more as like a header. I feel like they're the right size. Maybe not. Maybe I'll bump the size up a little bit so they can take up more space. There's also this kind of weird space at the top. I shouldn't do no padding at the top. No padding at the top. Oh, the CSS is magic. You ain't seen nothing yet. Padding. Margins. Where did I put it? In the details here. Oh. I'm just going to take away the top of that padding so that it kind of bumps right up against, and that will, there we go, okay. And that way I can deal with this text a bit better. I still don't know about this situation, but maybe we'll, where's the title? The header, okay. So let's give it a padding of 1 rem. Oh, but not on the left and right. Up and down. Refresh is much easier to see here. Okay. And then if I scale that text up a little bit, so the name will make it, oh gosh, I just scrolled like a ton. I feel like that's actually a good name for people who write really good CSS witch doctors. That's good. I like that. I will consider myself now a witch doctor in CSS. Card name, font size. I don't know, 3 rems. That's probably pretty big. Boom! Fred is huge. That's way too big. 2. That looks like the default. 2.5. There we go. Does it look that good over here? Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm still not loving the fact that like this text here feels so much a part of this text. So I think we just add some extra padding to the bottom of that header so that these things sit a bit lower. Or give this a different color background. That might help. Okay. So bump that down a little bit. Let's do margin, bottom, 2 rem. That might be a lot. It's a lot. 1 rem might be sufficient. There, let's look at it over here. Okay, that's a bit better. But yeah, if I think if I bring that image a bit lower, bring the image lower. Here. -30. There, okay. And then if I get the like a background to shoot out of here so it's a different color as well, that might look better. What kind of color would match with this? Let's see. We need like a really bright color, but not quite white. And then we'll clash with the purple. Yellow is probably a good go-to. Let's get some crazy yellow. Yellow, yellow. Come on. There we go. Let's see how that looks. This is going to look 100% terrible, by the way. So the header now, let's just give it a background. Background. Oh, geez. Color. This amazing yellow. Yes, okay. Right. Because I used margins, this thing is like sitting oddly in the middle. That's fine. We can go back into some crazy CSS magic. We'll just go after. Yep. Take the after pseudo element. Content is empty. Position. Absolute. Which means that this one is position. Oh! Position. Relative. Oh yes, typing. Good. There we go, and then make the background color of this one. Oh. Can't press key commands. There. Okay. Width. Something crazy like 400%. And the height, 100%. Good. And then the top would be 0. So it's right on top, good. And then the left would be like, I don't know, negative 100%. There we go. All right. A few things to deal with. One, I hope this works. Hide the overflow from this element. Hidden. Darn it. That's too bad. It means I have to put it kind of, unfortunately, on the whole card itself. Not a bad rule to have, I guess. Overflow. Hidden. Boom. Okay. What does it look like over here? Good. Alright. Oops, I keep doing that. It's just a web browser. Everything's a web browser. So I need to make sure it goes under, so I can just adjust the z-index on that. And z-index -1. Brilliant. Okay. But we can just make this a bit taller. Z-index 1. Yes. Brilliant. It's perfect. Except for the fact the cat is now hidden. No problem. Z-index for days. Card profile z-index. Also 1. No? Okay. 2. Aha! Darn it! Overflow hidden. Ah, darn it! This whole thing was working out perfectly until I realized the cat's head was hidden. Now it's not going to work. This doesn't look like a good card. That looks so bad. Interesting. How do we fix that? Do we just not do a header? Like, do we just not... Does Twitter have headers? No. But they have very clearly defined spaces. What do I do? Okay, I'm going to forget this border, this background, because it's junk. No, that's the blur. We want a big blur. Super blurry. 40. There. 0. 0. There. That feels a bit better for the shadow. A bit more subtle, but around all the edges, so you can kind of see where that box is defined. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to bump the font size on the content, and I think that will look decent. Font size 1.25 rems. There we go. I just realized that it says butthole right in this text, and I tweeted that out. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's super good. Okay, I actually don't mind that. It actually looks pretty good. Although I feel like I just have to bring that, like this overlay nonsense with the image needs to stop happening. I think that's, but then I'm just designing Twitter. I feel like. Whatever, let's gonna do it anyways. Get rid of this. And toss that profile picture inside of the header here. Boom. Oh, but it's too big. Let's just make it smaller. 100 pixels. There. Oh, it's still too big. Why is it so big? I see this margin, right. Margin left. Don't need it. There. Okay. Oh gosh, I gotta get rid of that image just so I can't see anything. Go away. There, that's better. But we want them side by side? Do we want them side by side? This looks much better already. Let's just leave this stacked. I like it, taking up more space. That's always good. So we just need to give the image a bit more space and remove that padding or that margin from the content. Let's do that. There. A bit more reasonable. And then this name, margin 0. Not the name specifically, the header. No, it's in the, yeah, it's in the header now. Margin 0. And the handle is margin 0. What if I do margin top 1 rem? There we go. Yeah, I feel like it's okay. We could probably toss some buttons, like the heart icon and whatever up here, as opposed to where it usually is at the bottom. And that might give some more balance to this header. But it's not too bad. And then if I add back in the image and go to the other tab where it's not horrific, boom. Oh, it's just too big though. Now it goes over the screen. Also, why isn't my screen scrolling? Right. Yes, that's why. Minimum height. There we go. Refresh. Now I can scroll, and let's give it, oops, let's give it some padding as well. Padding. 3 rems, so we have some overflow going on. There we go. I feel like if one Twitter card was this large, it'd be sort of horrific. Twitter does a way better job of keeping them condensed. But that's fine. We don't need to have a condensed Twitter. That's fine. Okay, I'm just going to put that padding back in the content, I think, at the bottom at least. Or, you know what? The image, the media should have it. Padding. Nah. Margin top. Margin top. 1 rem. Just so we have some more balance. There we go. Good. Okay. So I'm going to use this CSS tomorrow when I'm teaching someone how to use Next.js. And now, thanks for watching, Max, if you're still there at least. See ya. Oh no. I just want to stop. How do I stop this thing? Ah! Stop focusing and unfocusing. Stop. Alright, now see ya.